Is taking vitamins like zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C enough to protect yourself from this virus or any virus? The answer is no. As a matter of fact, many of you would say, I got really sick and I was doing all those things. Look, I'm not against those things. As a matter of fact, I think to some degree they actually help. In many degrees they can actually hurt, but that's another video that I did. But here's what I really want people to hear. Look, it's more complicated than that, but the answer's simple. So just to say, I don't have time in this video to go into everything, but I do have some really important things you need to know to really protect yourself right now, to change the outcomes. Many people are still sick. It's called long haulers, by the way. They still don't feel well, and yet they're wondering why. Now, they don't have the virus, but yet their hormones aren't right. They notice that things are just simply not right. Their energy, maybe it's their brain not working right, their immune system seems off. They even have certain things that are lingering neurologically, sense of smell. Okay, look, early on in this time that we're in, early on there was a gentleman who talked about something called senescent cells. What are they? I'll explain in a minute. But he said that people that have more of these cells are going to be at great risk for this virus, and even can continue to be sick after. What are senescent cells? Simply put, these are cells that live too long. In particular, he talked about immunosenescent cells. Okay, those are immune cells that live too long. So it doesn't matter if you're 35 or 80. Okay, most older people have a lot of immunosenescent cells. It's normal, but healthy older people typically have much less. But yet today, because of specific things, and I talk about it in the training below, specific toxins even can cause a young person to have a lot of these immunosenescent cells. So what does it create? It creates an immune system that's either hyper, so that you could end up with an autoimmune diagnosis, but it creates also an immune system that's hypo and puts us at much greater risk for any virus, in particular this crazy one. So I guess what I would be asking is, what do I do about it? But first of all, in the training, I talk about the cell. I talk about, obviously, the cell and how you fix the cell to actually get well. But the bottom line is this: if we don't diminish the things, the causes of what is causing us to have too many of these too old living cells. And by the way, I didn't say this. So these immunosenescent cells, immune cells that live too long, why are they problematic? Because what they do is, yes, they lower your immune system because they're kind of like workers that just want to sit around, do nothing. They're lazy, they're old, they don't want to do anything. So there's specific strategies that we can lower those immunosenescent cells. And actually then your body wants to create new active cells that are ready to fight. They're doing the right thing. They're not laying around doing nothing. Okay, so think about, they're actually called zombie cells. So think of a zombie. They're walking around causing trouble, not doing what they should be doing. So we want to get rid of them, but we have to ultimately get rid of the causes of why someone younger would actually have something that typically only older people have. And that's really what the training focuses on. Look, for years I've been training doctors around the world. And how did I even end up here? Because I was really sick myself, unexplainable, right? Just no energy, brain fog, insomnia, I mean, all the typical hormone challenges that many people have today. But I realized a lot about cells. My saying is, if you don't fix the cell, you won't get well. But immunosenescent cells, the scientist who made that argument day one, he was right on the money. So we need to start not focusing on vitamins. We need to focus on these immunosenescent cells and the very causes that cause these cells to exist in the first place. And by the way, these cells, they're supposed to have hormone receptors on them. So hormonally we feel good, which is a big part of our immune system. Well, guess what? Those cell receptors on these immunosenescent cells, yeah, they don't work very well. So the point is, it affects a lot of processes in the body. Check out the free training. It's information you've never heard before. Ultimately, it's information that has a chance to change our lives if we choose, but check it out.